Sports Radio 66, my son.
The Fan.
WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan. WFAN, New York.
All right, let's go right to Madison Square Garden. Our very own Outside the Cage podcast team of Pete Hoffman and Ike Feldman.
Madison Square Garden and New York City gets the fastest rising sport probably in the world.
If you like chaos,
You got it.
you certainly got it. Championship belts in 2 weight classes at the same time.
We'll do everything that we said we would do when we got to New York.
Looking for that knockout punch. And boom.
This is Cowboy, and you're listening to WFAN, Outside the Cage podcast.
This is WFAN's Outside the Cage with your host, Pete Hoffman, Ike Feldman. Check us out at WFAN.com, at _ Outside the Cage, at Ike _ CBS.
At the Hall of WFAN, Instagram.
So any social media you could possibly think of, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. YouTube. Yeah, everywhere. Look up WFAN's Outside the Cage. You will find it somewhere along those lines. Huge show for us on this Thursday that this is dropping.
Who do we got?
We have in studio. Now this is a little stretch, but in studio we have Buster Skrine of the New York Jets.
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 We're not Jets fans.
Yeah, right. Not at all. He is in studio along with Astra of 92.3 AMP. She's on Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. You can listen to her. They're the top 40 station at CBS, so listen to her. But they will be in studio together. They did a little promo at Rumble Gym, which is kind of like a boxing, kind of like a cardio type of workout place. But we had him in. We ended up finding out that he's a wrestler and all this other stuff from back in the day. So really cool interview. They gave us about an hour. It was awesome.
Folks, he played with Darrell Revis and Johnny Manziel. Come on. Well, you got to listen.
That too. Yeah. No, he gives a lot of good tidbits about the Jets coming up. Talks about people leaving and who's going to be on the team this year, some quarterback stuff, and it's exciting. Good, really great interview. Also, we have after that we will have Eric Del Fiero of Alliance MMA. He joins us to talk about they're just crushing it right now. They're having their team's doing pretty well, I would like to say.
Dude, fantastic. Mr. Eric Del Fiero, he's killing it, dude. He'll be at Bellator 180 with Phil Davis. Obviously has the Dominator, Dominic Cruz, and talks about his guy, Alexander Gustafsson, who's on the rise again in the light heavyweight division.
He is, and I thought it was a joke. I really did. When he fought John Jones, and then we find out that Jones was a little intoxicated a couple nights before that, and then I see his fights versus who was it? Was it versus DC? Or was it DC? There was a couple of them there. That I was like, oh, this guy's weak right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something's not right. But he is back on his game, and he's ready to fight for the title again.
100%.
But leading off, after we finish the monologue, leading off, Sean Grandy, play-by-play of Bellator and of the Boston Celtics. You probably know him of the radio voice for Boston Celtics. He joins us. Breaking news, folks. He is leaving Bellator, but he gives us some I don't want to say tweet bait. Clickbait, whatever.
Same.
I don't want to say that stuff, but he gives us a lot of good information, a lot of juicy stuff about him. Obviously, he wanted to stay with the company, but it just wasn't in the cards. And he goes in depth with that and gives us some breaking news from that front that he's this first time with us. So that's really awesome. Sean Grandy, awesome guy, and that'll be up first. But let's get into the Mark Hunt, Derek Lewis.
Dude, 500 pounds in the octagon at one time is pretty dangerous. And our boy, Alex Volkanovski, obviously getting the win.
Good job by that. Great interview, by the way. Great interview, by the way.
Thank you, brother.
Fantastic. You got his name perfect every time, but I don't think you got one American's name right.
I told you.
You couldn't even say your name. You couldn't say your own name right.
You didn't believe me.
No,
But great job by Alexander the Great. But dude, looking at the main event fight, Derek Lewis, we both picked him. Mm-hmm. Matt Casey, I don't know what the hell you doing. I'm calling him main event Matt. He's picking Holloway. He's picking Mark Hunt. Great job by that. But Dude, everybody's picking Derek Lewis. Even Dana White, he wanted to take out Mark Hunt and get him out of this because Mark Hunt is one of the few that will not be grounded, who speaks his mind, speaks his opinion. He got $800K in this payout. Very happy for him. He was obviously disgruntled about the Brock Lesnar steroid-tested fight back at UFC 200. But Derek Lewis, he's getting married, and me and Pete know what that's like. So, Derek, we know there could be a lot on your mind. And now he's saying that he's most likely that was his last fight and he could be done. What the hell, dude? Not only did you cost me a pick, but you might cost us future great fights.
First of all, all right. So, when Matt said, he picked Hunt, I don't understand why he went Hunt. Derek Lewis was clearly the better of the two in general. Obviously, there's a mental thing going on with him right now. We saw him in the fight prior where I forget who he fought last, Derek Lewis, but it was the knockout. It was when his stomach was all...
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown, right, thank you. Travis Brown.
I gotta take a shit.
Yeah, exactly. And he wasn't feeling good, and you saw that fight that there was something off with him, and I called it, something was off, and he goes, I really had to go to the bathroom. So that made sense. But this fight again, too, something was not all there. And if that's the case, it stinks, dude. Like, I know that some people need the payday. I know some people just need the adrenaline rush to get into the cage. But it just, as fans, it stinks to know that this might be your last fight. If you're thinking, everyone talks about it. I think it was Brendan Schaub who talked about it, along with other fighters. If you have that mental state of like, this is going to be my last fight. I haven't told anybody yet, but this is going to be my last fight. You've already lost the fight. Dude,
Dana White, same thing. Obviously, Brandon Schaub's best friend. Just kidding. Obviously, Brandon, we know how much you dislike Mr. White. He'll actually be on the desk at the MSG card Bellator next week. Brandon Schaub, great pickup by Bellator.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, they say it all the time. If you're thinking about retirement, get out. Like, I loved your interview with Matt Brown, how he was talking about 3 fights in a row. He just wasn't feeling it. And it's the night of the fight is all that matters. That's why I always pick against Stipe, just because he's, and this is going to sound like I'm the Grinch, but he's too happy. We always see these embedded, and he's having a great time. Oh, hey, ooh, and he's just like having a great time, but it's only what happens in that locker room that night, how you feel. And obviously, Stipe, man on top, but Derek Lewis, if you're thinking about, he's thinking about his marriage and what the hell his wife's going to wear and how he's looking in a suit, obviously didn't pan out.
No, and listen, it was a good fight. I'm not going to say that Lewis wasn't throwing some bombs.
You see his kicks? I've never seen that big a man throw some front kicks.
And his uppercuts were ridiculous, but he just couldn't land them. No. That was huge. He couldn't get the timing down. He couldn't get the distance down.
Weather the storm.
He did.
Smart.
And again, he didn't knock out Lewis. Lewis wasn't out cold, but you just saw that again. Lewis is a guy that's constantly, the cardio is always in question.
Yeah.
And you can see it again that there was, after that second round, it was like, dude, this guy, he's not standing much longer no matter what.
No,
either he's getting knocked out or he's going to fall over, pass out. One or the other.
Yeah, it's one of the saddest knockouts, a fatigue TKO.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm done.
It was almost like the Kimbo Slice versus, what was it, Andre 3000?
Oh my.
It wasn't Andre 3000, but you know what I'm talking about.
The 500, Data 5.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm done.
The late, great Kimbo Slice, by the way. But that fight, I remember the last punch was just like a, it was so slow, and it completely missed his target, but the wind just propelled him to the ground.
That's a high school fight if the teachers never break it up.
Yeah.
If it just goes 10 minutes.
but again, so that's what Lewis was work with it. And I'm not saying that, listen, bigger guys, it's hard to go. When was the last time you recall a 5-round fight?
With heavyweights?
Heavyweights.
I mean, just I can only think of the replay I saw with the JDS Stipe 1, which was years ago. They don't go many 5 rounds.
I remember the Couture-Sylvia fight, but that, again, Couture took him to the ground for 4 out of the 5 rounds. They didn't really stand up. It's a different type of game you're playing with, These guys are throwing bombs. They're not lasting 5 rounds. It's just not happening, dude. Someone's gonna get knocked out. It's just what's up.
That's when I spoke to head coach Eric Del Fiero about that. It was amazing that Gustafsson, and now you see in the USADA age, not saying that anybody is on, but when you see Michael Bisping knock out people who you're like, how does he have more power at 37? When you see Alexander Gustafsson knock out somebody in the 5th round at the heavier weight, you're like, whoa. Are these guys clean the whole time? And my biggest thing I'm taking away from Lewis, stepping back or the loss, the heavyweight needs these guys.
Yeah.
Who's left? Kane's out. We're all leaning on our guy, Francis Ngannou. Check that out on YouTube or Play.it.
Yeah. Well, and again, there's still nothing with him, right? Or did they sign him up for a fight? No, I'm sorry.
Who knows? It's been a lot of. They were thinking they're teasing JDS. I heard you and Matt talking about that.
Right. The Verdum Overeem fight's coming up.
Oh yeah,
which is exciting.
Dude, Overeem loves to be knocked out and fight and win and knock.
Then he likes to think that he tapped somebody, but really there was no tap whatsoever. Then he gets frustrated about it, and then he gets knocked out. It just, it's all part of...
Take it easier. Go to Bellator. Do whatever you want for your body.
But, so, yeah, the heavyweight division needs help. But you know another division that needs help, too? Not to just throw things off, but the flyweight division.
Ooh.
Demetrius Johnson is a champ, and we know that. And it's clear as day that he's the best fighter in that division, no question. But it's a lackluster division, and there keeps on being rumors of, well, we might have to turn over the division. Our boy Tim Elliott lost this weekend.
And now he's going to bantamweight.
Right,
he's been teasing this for 3 fights.
Which is better off, I guess, for him. But again, that's another guy you just lost. He had a great fight versus Demetrius Johnson, then loses to Ben, I'm going to screw up the name, Ben Wynn.
Guys, we're New York guys.
Ben Wynn. Ben Wynn. That's what I'm going to go with, Wynn. Because that's what he did. He won. But it's like, I know what he was trying to do. I knew the game, and he put himself in a bad spot, rolled onto his back, and just got tapped out. And that's the fuckiness of Tim Elliott. He just goes with it. But part of going with a fight and just not knowing and not planning is they kind of sometimes, some fighters plan on, well, if once I get him in this position, you're done.
Dude, you're 100% right, because he's wild, and he's a wild grappler. He'll take you down and spin to your back, and then he's rolling, and Mr. Ben, let's call him Ben, he just rolled with it, and he caught him. And everybody gets caught, but obviously Tim, Lorosenko's guy, check her out in past episodes, he'll be back. And hopefully at 135, he's more hydrated and more energized. But dude, Dana White pressing this, saying that... going back to the UFC on Fox 24, the win against Wilson Heiss, who's another Eric Del Fiero. Guys, this guy's everywhere. It just we're so lucky to grab a couple minutes with him. But beat Wilson Heiss, submitted a jiu-jitsu world champion, national TV. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Dana White says he's the pound for pound best. Now Dana White says, I was in the moment, and I might close your division.
Think about
we
that.
never thought DJ was the best.
Right.
So now I'm hearing Frank Mir and Richard Hunter. Love you guys because you're a CBS local Texas affiliate. But guys, you kidding me? DJ says he's not going to take the fight against TJ Dillashaw unless he gets paid up front. First of all, this will be the biggest event that DJ's ever headlined.
Oh, yeah.
This is helping him, and he's presented with the biggest challenge of his career.
What about the Cruz fight?
That was... DJ wasn't he was on a streak, but he wasn't on the rise. It was still it was during the whole sponsors were still on the shorts. It was before Conor, and nobody cares before Conor. But yes, that was a huge fight in the realm of MMA. But you got to take this fight.
Yeah.
And you want to fight Ray Borg, the number 5 or 7th rank? Dude, show some gall, some balls, and fight TJ Dillashaw.
Now listen, obviously you and I are big fans of the Cody TJ fight.
Yes.
So I want to see that happening. So I don't want that to prevent TJ and Cody down the line. But there's no question that I don't really care about the fight because, again, I don't want to see the fight happen for this instance. I want there to be more competitors in the 125 division. Is TJ supposed to go down to 125?
Yes.
See, and that's
for the title fight.
And again, it's one of those things where it's like, can TJ deplete himself to go down to 125?
He says he's 142 right now.
So he has some wiggle room.
And he says, but he needs it to be signed. That way he can start his cut.
I do want to see TJ versus DJ. I prefer TJ versus Cody. Obviously, that's not happening. So I will settle for TJ versus DJ. However, it doesn't get me going as much. And back to the 125, listen, TJ's an exciting fighter.
You're going to see his name everywhere, though. You're going to see Demetrius Johnson for all the win streaks and title defenses. Dude, he's tied with Silva. Silva has fought the best in his division and went up and down in weight classes. TJ's coming down to you.
Right.
And you're not going to take the challenge, and Dana's trying to help him out, get him pay-per-view.
He's literally saying, hey, dude, I'm throwing you a huge bone. Take on this fight. Now, is DJ scared?
No.
DJ. So is Mighty Mouse scared?
He's saying he wants more money. And this is coming across. It doesn't look good in the fight world. You can't. It doesn't look good on the surface. It looks like he's scared. So
yeah, it does. And listen, more money is good, but more money equals more problems, mofo. right? We know that. I just need to see someone compete with DJ. And listen, Elliott did it. And to be honest with you, if Elliott fought TJ, I think TJ will win every fight.
Yes,
in my opinion. So that does suit a challenge for Mr. Demetrius Johnson right there. So
Dana White's like, dude, Conor's out. You have a chance. All right,
here we go.
Folks.
So this is just kind of going through the ticker. So this is Wednesday when we're recording it, but Thursday you'll be hearing this. It just on the ticker right now says that the Floyd Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight is on, according to a source we can't name.
August 26th. Apparently, I heard the reason for the date was it had to be 3 weeks before, after the Canelo Triple G fight, September 16th. It will be at the T-Mobile Arena. And I like a fall fight, a November-October fight.
Right.
But somebody convinced me, my boy Tommy, he said, think about this. He goes, the UFC's trying to crack top 5 now or top 4 sport. August is just NFL training camp. There's no NBA.
Right.
It's MLB. You know, you could build a whole 4-week
There's no
promo.
playoff going on.
No,
at the time.
exactly, nothing. And then you just
Is MLS doing something? I mean, they're probably in like they're like, dude, that season goes on forever. But that's beside the point. I'm sorry,
beside the friggin' point.
Is there any Olympics? No Olympics this year, right?
Dude, the fight's happening. We're talking. Pete, it happened. Give me a high five, bro. Come on.
Is it official? I don't believe
you
that.
Just still don't, folks.
All right,
Woo!
I still don't believe it till I actually see it like everywhere.
Reflect. It's
We
your
just saw
job
it
to
right now.
reflect.
We just saw it right now. But you know
Reflect.
how many times I saw Conor say something big's happening? Yeah, well, what? What's big? You know how many times I saw
His coat was big.
You know how many times I saw Dana say, "We're taken care of on our side. We just have to get Floyd to agree now." That was like a month ago. So
We know
this
how
is
things
one
go on our side to get things approved.
This is one source. Yes, you are 100% right. That's like forever. This is one source. I just want to make sure everywhere else. But I mean, I haven't looked. We haven't looked. But I'm going to go with it. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather is happening August 26th, MGM.
Folks, we're going to take a break. Well, Pete just said that. We're going to cut that and replay it. But, folks, we're going to take a break, and we will 100% confirm with this.
Yes. But coming up next, more breaking news. Sean Grande will be out of play-by-play for Bellator moving forward with the big MSG card happening June 24th at Bellator 180 on pay-per-view. It's disappointing for us as fans because we love Sean Grande. He's fantastic. We will still be able to hear him, obviously, for the Boston Celtics. But Sean's coming up next. He's going to join us, and we're going to just talk about what happened, what went down, and why he made the decision to leave Bellator at this moment in time. That's coming up next on WFAN's Outside the Cage.